A lot of the cars that are at these auctions are repossessed vehicles, meaning someone did not pay their payments and the car was taken back by the lender. And since lenders usually don't have time to wait for a dealer to actually sell the car, they just send the cars to auction and sell it for whatever price they bring. And a lot of the cars actually are police impounds, meaning the state or country convicted the owner of a crime and have taken ownership of the car. And like the lenders in the earlier scenario, they're selling the car for whatever they can get. And a lot of the cars are just junky cars, junk cars that people have had removed from their property. Maybe they bought a house and it had a car sitting in the yard. They sent it to auction. Some of them are running, some of them are not. And the way auctions handle those cars may vary, but I can tell you that auctions in my area separate out the running cars from the non-running cars. The non-running cars sometimes don't even have keys because the car may have been, may have been abandoned by somebody. And now you have to keep in mind that the people that run the auction do not check these cars out mechanically. That part is up to you. So the car might not, if it's a non-runner, it might not start because a battery is dead or because the engine or transmission are dead. Like there could be a tiny fix or a huge fix. I mean, you're always taking a little bit of a risk when you buy from an auction house. But because it's a risk for everyone there who's bidding, the cars go for pretty low prices, unless it's just a really nice non-running vehicle. But so if you buy one of these non-running cars with enough margin to put an engine in it, I mean, you can really get a great car at a deal that needs, a little bit of work, transmission, whatever. And every once in a while, you'll run across a car that it just needs gas, like it ran out of gas, and the people at the auction house didn't realize it, or it needs a new battery to start. Because the people at the auction try to jump the non-runners off, but if the battery is bad, it's not going to start, and they'll mark it a non-runner and move on. Maybe it's a bigger issue than the battery. That's one of those things you sort of got a little bit of a risk with that. But if you're buying a $5,000-$6,000 car for $500 and it doesn't run, you've probably got, depending on the car, you've probably got enough margin to replace the whole engine and transmission and still make $1,000 or $2,000 on it, depending on the car. So you have a lot of possibilities to make money on those non-runners. You also have the possibility to buy something that has something tiny that needs to be repaired. You paid $500 for a $4,000 car that only needs a battery. That happens. But you also could bid up on a car that's really, really nice and doesn't run, and you suspect that maybe it's a bad battery, and you buy it for $4,000, but the car is really worth $5,000, and bam, it's got a bad transmission. And now if you try to replace the transmission, you're going to be underwater on it. There's always a risk with it. I want to make sure that's very clear, especially for people who've never purchased at an auction. But more often than not, in my experience, you can come out with a really good deal if you sort of know what to watch for. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to 3hourflip.com for more flip tips, and make sure you subscribe to these YouTube videos so you'll always get the newest flip tips on YouTube.